looking for exactly what things you should be advocating for to help your dyslexic child? If you are, this video is for you. My name is Kathleen and I'm a dyslexic here to help other dyslexics. I help busy, overwhelmed parents understand their child's frustration with dyslexia so they can support, encourage, and empower them. Most parents don't know where to start when it comes to advocating for their child. They know they need to advocate and they want to advocate, but they don't know which areas they should be pushing for to help their dyslexic child. So this video, I am going to give you 3 areas you should be concentrating on to help advocate and get your child what they need to help them with their dyslexia. So the first area is a structured reading program. The research behind it is 60% of the population can learn how to read no matter what reading program they're in. They just pick it up, they understand it, and that's perfect. There's 40% of the population does not do as well when it comes to reading. And most of the time those are dyslexics and others with other abilities. And so with that, they need a system or a structured reading program to learn how to read. And there are lots of structured reading programs out there. Most of them are backed by the science of reading and the research behind Orton-Gillingham methods. There are ones where you can have a private tutor. There are ones done and trained for the school systems. You can also get a program where you can do it yourself at home with your child. You can find an online teacher. You can find an online tutor. You can find a computer program. The range now is so huge. Back when I was growing up, all it was a private tutor. And the waiting lists were so long because there weren't that many certified reading specialists out there. It has changed. They're still hard to find, but with the technology and advances in computers, it's becoming much easier to find them if you're willing to go online. You can find them in your community. You can find them anywhere. And so what I would recommend is advocating for a structured reading program. That could be Wilson. That could be an Orton-Gillingham program. That could be Take Flight. It could be Alphabetic Phonics. It could be Barton. It could be any of those. Those are all backed by research because they follow the philosophy of Orton-Gillingham, which gives you the structure you need. If you'd like more about the Orton-Gillingham, I'm going to link it right here for you. So go ahead and check out that video about Orton-Gillingham. Accommodations is the next area that we're going to focus on. So there are 3 things to keep in mind when you're talking about accommodations. First off, it's not cheating. Second off, it is not giving a dyslexic the advantage or upper hand when using them. And third, it's to level the playing field or to help give a dyslexic their time back. Those are the 3 things to keep in mind when you are advocating for accommodations. I have an entire video on specific accommodations that work best for dyslexics. So if you are interested in that video, I'm going to go ahead and link it right here. But I also want to say that to get accommodations in the public school system, a child has to go through the evaluation process. And if you're trying to figure out how to get the evaluation process started, or you're trying to get more information about the evaluation process, then go ahead and send me an email at hello@dyslexiclabs.com. I have information for you and I look forward to working with you and helping your child get an evaluation. So the third area is assistive technology. This can be either high-tech or low-tech. Low-tech can be anything from a pencil grip to a slant board to something very basic to help with handwriting or just lined paper. So things to help with writing, and it can also be other things. Then there's also high tech. High tech uses more like computer-based or electricity to power it. So some examples of that are text to speech, where the computer reads the information to the child. This is one of my favorite assistive technologies. Then there's also speech to text, where the child talks out the information and the computer types it as the child talks. I love this because it helps when it comes to not being able to spell specific words. For me, I know when it comes to this happens all the time. I will have a wonderful sentence with big words. I go to write it, and the computer tells me that I spelled it wrong. Spell check doesn't help with the situation. It's totally clueless on what I'm trying to say. And so at that point, I'm at a loss. I go ahead and erase that sentence and come up with a very generic, basic sentence. And so the whole idea is lost at that point because I'm so focused on spelling things. And so that just eliminates this and lets the child get busy and just write the paper without worrying about spelling. Another one that is used a lot is word prediction software. So when they start typing, it helps predict the word that they're getting. So it helps cut back on typing time and then also helps them find the big words that they want to use. Another one is spell check. Everybody uses spell check. It helps with the spelling. It helps you figure out sometimes grammar. It's getting much more advanced, and just love the fact that it tells you what words are not used correctly and spelled correctly. So those are just a few of the assistive technologies that you can have your child use to help give them their time back, because they are part of the accommodations, and that's why we covered that first. So I go more in detail about assistive technology this month in my newsletter. And if you want to be part of that, go ahead and just grab my freebie Dyslexic Guides below. I'm going to link it in the description, and you will automatically be enrolled in my newsletter. And I cover an array of topics, but this month we are taking a deep dive into assistive technology. So go ahead and jump on board with that so you can learn more information about it. There you have it. There are the 3 main areas to focus on for advocating for your child. And just so you know, your child is going to notice and pick up on the fact that you are advocating for them and that you are helping them understand their dyslexia and getting what they need to be successful. And the earlier you start advocating, they will also follow suit and learn how to self-advocate for themselves. But as a parent, you have to be the one to step up and advocate first, and then they can do it later. I hope you found this information useful. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!